guys, my name is E. Latimer and I am very excited and honored to be guest vlogging here today. I am from a vlog channel called the Ya WordNerds where we vlog about all things YA. Today for the guest vlog I wanted to talk a little bit about author voice. Voice is something a writer, voice is when you put words on the page. Yeah, voice is something that's super hard to describe. It is not just one thing about the writing. It is not the words you put down on the page. It's not whether the story itself is dark or light or creepy or thrilling. It is essentially the author's style. Voice is that thing that lets you know who the author is. Even if somebody took out all the names and read you a passage, you would say, oh yeah, that's from a series of unfortunate events, or that's something that Lemony Snicket has written. Or if somebody blindfolded me and read me a John Green novel I'd never read before, I would know right away that it was John Green. Those are just two examples of authors that have extremely distinct voices. For example, if a violin, a clarinet, and a piano all play the same piece, it's the same notes, it's the same song, but you can tell a violin from a piano. They're very different sounding things. Same song, different sound. Same with an author. You can tell almost the same story and still have it be radically different because of the voice of the author. So once you figure out what voice is, the big question then becomes, how do I improve my voice, or how do I develop it? I can still remember having the most frustrating time before I got my agent when I was querying and having people come back and saying, your voice is uneven. Your voice is not strong enough. And the frustrating thing about that is if you don't know exactly the definition of voice or how to develop your voice, it can be very vague, frustrating feedback. And the answer I'm going to give you is going to be both annoying and reassuring at the same time. The way to develop your voice is simply to continue writing. What we do when we first start out writing is sort of copying bits and pieces of our favorite authors, not only in story, but their voice as well. I remember the first few manuscripts I wrote were like a rip-off of J.K. Rowling, and then Neil Gaiman, and whoever else, Enid Blyton, whoever else I was reading and had grown up reading was the voice I was trying to mimic. When you find your own writing style, and you will eventually, you'll know. I remember the first time I ever read my own writing back and went, huh, that's my voice. There are things that you can do to go in that direction, mainly reading as much as you can and writing as much as you can, and realizing what voice is and doing your best to fall into the natural rhythms of your voice rather than somebody else's. Still, it takes a long time to develop your own writing style. And eventually, when you continue to develop your own voice, your voice does come out of the things that you read as a child. I firmly believe that the books that you read growing up influence your voice later on in life. When I read the middle grade book that I have currently written, I can really tell there are influences of Enid Blyton in there. Like, it's really quite obvious, but it's still my own voice. And this is something that you will get to eventually. If you want to speed it up, keep reading. Be mindful of the voices that you're reading on the page from your favorite authors. Don't copy them necessarily. Try to develop your own, but it is good to read in a mindful way. It will happen for you. You just keep reading and you keep experimenting with your own style until you find your voice. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm E. Latimer coming at you from the Ya WordNerds channel. You can find us at yawordnerds.com or on YouTube under youtube.com/Ya WordNerds. Thanks for watching and I hope to see you there. Bye!